We were pretty famous back in high school. Trust us!
Had a whole future ahead of us, but now we suck.
All that potential now is flowing in the aqueducts.
Through the sands of time, many did forget.
But now our time has come to resurrect. But a podcast?
Sad I know, but can you blame us?
We are desperate to be much more than high school famous.
Hello, I'm Matt, and that's Sean over there on the other side, and this is High School Famous. Today we bring you to a world of hookers and hot models. Thanks to Chris and John and Chucky, we will take a look at the social life of high school kids that have access to the internet.
Where am I in relation
You're
to
over
you?
there.
And you're over there? Or
You're over there on your microphone.
I'm over there, but am I over here? So you're over here.
I'm over here.
And I'm over there.
You're over. According to me, you're over there.
But according
and
to
it's
me,
the opposite for you.
But since I see both of us on my screen, we're
I
both
should have
over there. For me,
you're there.
Yes, and you're there.
All right. Are you on the bottom of your screen?
I am.
Oh, perfect. We're both placed in the same spots as for each other.
Same spots as.
So yeah, I can tickle your little.
Beep, 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 beep,
Oh. According to this, my finger is way thicker than yours.
Hold on.
Ladies.
I gotta get closer to the. There you go. It was all. Hey, whoa.
Yeah, I'm all finger, bro.
That's gross.
Right.
Come here. Come closer.
This
Come closer to the finger.
Is that what you tell the ladies?
The finger is beckoning you to come closer to it.
We're just sitting here fingering each other, and nobody's being entertained but us.
For those who couldn't see, which is everyone but myself and Matt, I was, doing the whole finger gesture where you sort of gesture someone closer to you. I said, yeah. And my finger was quite close to the webcam, so it was very animated and
enticing.
Enticing.
It really
very pronounced.
I almost came.
You almost left your
over
house
there
and booked a flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I don't know where I came up with.
I was inching my way in more ways than one.
I see. One way will get you way more inches than the other, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I somehow, for some reason, came up with the term "come closer to the finger," which I guess if you are doing this gesture, you could say that you're trying to get someone to come closer to your finger.
Yeah, I think you're just in general, you're trying to just get them closer to you. So in effect, they will also come closer to the finger.
Yeah, but whatever you can choose a part of you that you would like someone to be closer to. And then just say that specifically. Like in my case, I was wanting you to come closer to the finger that was gesturing you this way. But you could say, come closer to the elbow, come closer to the foot, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. Whatever you're into, because as we've said before, it's a kink-friendly podcast.
Correct.
Yeah. We haven't said that in a while, so I wanted to make sure we got it out there again.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So any new listeners are aware.
Yeah, we are. We support. Yeah, we're not about freshly ironed, smooth
sex lives,
bumpless things.
Yeah, we like
them to be bumpy.
Bumps.
We like the bumpy things. Well, Matt, today was a strange-ish day.
Fill me up and in.
Can I fill you out?
I think I'll fill myself out. Thank you.
I just like that sweater you're wearing.
What? Fat shaming again.
Oh, I was commenting on your bosom.
Oh,
your womanly breasts.
Anyway. I had that removed.
Oh, that's. I, for the first time since I think I was a child, what age specifically I couldn't tell you, purchased a McRib from the McDonald's fast food chain. Yeah,
living it up.
I know. My son has never had one, and so he sort of convinced me to go get them, and so
interesting. And how was it?
It was good. It was messier than I remembered. I think whenever I would think about what a McRib was, I think I was always, instead of an actual McRib, thinking of that sort of rib-like sandwich we would get in school.
Yeah.
At school lunch, which that didn't have a bunch of barbecue sauce kind of slathered on it. I think it was just
like cooked in it,
like flavored into it or something. Like injected or something.
It was barbecue essence.
Yeah, so it was like spritzed with barbecue spray.
Yeah,
it had a barbecue taste to it, but it didn't have barbecue sauce on it to get messy all over your clothes and fingers and whatnot. So this was messier than I had remembered. I also didn't remember that it was long and like on sort of a longer bun. It was
like
all
a
a surprise. Yeah. So that was all kind of a surprise to me, but it was tasty. I don't know how long it is around for every time they bring it back. I have no idea what their little McRib schedule is, but
they probably make like a certain amount of them, and then there's like it'll run until they're gone.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. There is a video on that. If you've ever heard of the food theory videos or the game theory video, all those sort of theory videos, they're quite entertaining. But they go on about how it's called a loss leader or something. But the point is, there's a sort of a prediction as to when pork meat will be lower in cost. And so that's when they sell a bunch of McRibs. So that's how they base their scheduling on. But yeah,
I've never had a McRib in my entire life.
You know, it's a quote unquote rib barbecue, barbecue rib sandwich. It's
just a rib shaped sandwich.
It's rib shaped. Yeah. I heard it's actually shoulder. It's not actual rib meat, but yeah, it's kind of sort of pressed and squished down into the shape of a rack of ribs and coated in some barbecue sauce and slapped in a hoagie-esque bun.
Yeah. I mean, I guess get the hype of it.
I didn't either. I never paid attention. I never made a point to go out to McDonald's when the McRib was back. But
yeah, I think it's definitely one of those things though. It's like if they just put it, because I know people are just like, they should just put it on the menu forever. But it's like, if they do that, nobody's going to give a shit about it anymore. It's the fact that they do limited runs that people care.
That was something that was covered in this video about it. They talk about how it started off as a menu item. They had intended for it to be a permanent menu item, but it wasn't popular enough to keep. And then even the interest in it when it would come back is not super high.
Yeah.
And I guess there was some phony petition that was actually sort of put out by McDonald's themselves where it was as though, because the McRib had been gone forever. It was done. No more McRib. But then there was some crazy petition to bring the McRib back. And that was all sort of fabricated to create hype for the McRib. And then they brought the McRib back because of quote unquote fan demand, public demand. We want the McRib. So then people rushed out to get the McRib. But I think for those who do go out to get a McRib when it comes back around, I think that pretty much, aside from a few cases here and there, I bet most people just get it once. And it's not like they would go back.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, the McRib's back. I'll have one.
Yeah, I don't think they're heading back to McDonald's day in and day out while the McRib is being offered and scooping them up every time.
Or just buying a ton and stockpiling them up for the year.
Freeze them. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I'm sure there are people that maybe go multiple times while it's being offered to pick up a McRib before it goes away. But the majority of the people, I would assume once, maybe twice, they'll go in and grab one. I would have it again. I didn't dislike it, but how much of that was just the fact that there was barbecue sauce all over it and it maybe masks some of the actual meat taste away. I guess I didn't really notice the taste of the meat itself so much as I did the barbecue sauce and the bread.
And then you got barbecue sauce all over your come here finger, which
I did.
Might make it more or less enticing.
I did. And then I got a text message I had to respond to while I was eating it.
Dude, every time I'm eating anything that I get like my hands all dirty, then it's just like, I got to do something on my phone. Of course. Yeah.
So, I have my watch, which I can also respond with. So I tapped the reply with my nose and then I tapped the little microphone and then I spoke what my response was going to be. And then I tapped send with my nose. So I used my voice and my nose to send my text back.
You've just proven that you can survive in a world and not have hands. You can just do everything. Well,
I've proven that I can respond.
I don't know how you'd be
able
to put your watch on.
I wouldn't be. I mean, I'd find a way.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody could help you.
I'd probably have some sort of. I'd make sure I had some kind of band on it that was very easy to operate without the need of fine motor skills. And
somehow use your nose to put it on.
Yeah, I use my nose for everything. Everything, Matt. Just ask the ladies.
Let's ask the ladies right now.
I get real nosy with the ladies, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
They've often called me nosy, and I think it was in a good way.
You get real nose on with them?
I get real nose on, yeah. I get all... There's nothing... Nosy, that's all. Nose on or nosy, that's all you can do. So, yeah. I'm all nose. in the
Very nose forward, as it were.
It's a nose-centric approach. I'm a nose nonsense kind of guy.
Nope. We're not doing this silence shit.
Well, you weren't saying anything.
How do you respond to that?
I don't know, by being a good improver.
This whole thing is nose nonsense, technically.
Nose nonsense.
So, yeah. So that was your day, a McRib?
Pretty much. aside from putting together a puzzle. I got a game, but it's not necessarily a new game, but I don't recall ever playing it before, but my son has also been playing that after school. Mancala?
Okay.
Have you played that game?
Isn't that where it's like a board with a bunch of like beads or rocks or whatever, and you have to like move them around?
Yeah.
I've played.
Yeah, so upon purchasing the game and then bringing it home to play it, we quickly discovered that the way that he and his friends at school have been playing it is not correct. So
sounds about right.
Now
kids typically just kind of
do whatever,
do what they want.
Yeah, so
make up their own rules.
So now I say, you can go back to school and tell them all you learned the proper way to play, and you can teach them, and we'll see if they, like it.
And then his friends are going to call him a nerd and push him down. Possibly
a square, maybe a dweeb. I'm thinking maybe a dweeb is making a comeback.
Is dweeb making a comeback?
Nope.
No. Oh.
I think anything has been replaced with bruh. That could be used
like every insult.
It could be used as an insult or a good thing. But yeah, in most cases, if you do something that people are like, "What'd you do that for?" They're like, "Bruh."
Yeah,
that's kind of replaced any line of questioning you might have normally delivered to have someone explain themselves.
Look at that kid over there. He's a real bruh.
He's a super bruh. He's a nose nonsense kind of bruh.
Nose nonsense is not gonna. No, it's not gonna happen.
It already happened. Just ask the ladies.
It's not gonna be a thing. It's not gonna catch on.
Just ask the female ladies out there.
I'm gonna ask every female lady that you've ever talked to if you're
that have even talked to.
If your nose is the if you do everything with your nose.
So yeah. Even ones I've just had casual conversation with.
Well, no, I mean, just every woman that you've ever had an intimate situation with.
I call it nosing. Just call it nosing like I do. They'll
know.
Right,
any woman you've nosed.
They'll know what I mean. They'll knows what I mean.
Oh, God damn you. Don't write that down as a possible title.
You don't know what I'm writing down. So that was basically my day, was putting together a puzzle, playing Mancala, getting a McRib, getting woken up at 5:50 a.m. because that's when my kid wants to wake up.
I mean, with that exciting of a day, I am amazed to know that you're just a little bit of a month over 40.
Yeah, it really did kind of shut off, didn't it? Hey, I went out to
immediately just an old man.
I went out over the Halloween weekend and
did
partied
what?
Up. I went to a
You went
bar.
to a party?
I went to a
bar.
I went to a bar where there was a group singing and there were people in costumes.
Okay.
And I told you this already.
Did you go there with someone?
No, I went there alone.
Okay.
And I left alone.
Did you hang out with anybody while you were there, or did you just sadly kind of sit in a corner somewhere and drink by yourself silently while watching other people having fun?
No, I know one of the singers, and we sat and chatted for a little bit while this one member of the group was just doing a solo thing. So yeah. Otherwise, I was kind of going around chatting with strangers a little bit.
Who does that? That is odd behavior this day and age.
It was after the costume contest part. So then it was like, you sort of go up to other people that didn't win, like me. And you'd be like, oh yeah, I guess we had to be dressed as so-and-so to win. Or, hey, congratulations on winning, you costumed person.
So idle bullshit.
Yeah, it wasn't real.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing real.
All right, I'm going to write down Sean's lonely Halloween adventure down as a note.
Yeah, let me compare that to what you did for Halloween. What was that, Matt? You said, I think nothing is what you said. I think you did nothing by yourself.
And it was wonderful.
Yeah, so me actually being somewhere and communicating with other humans, how is that a lonely Halloween adventure, whereas you were home by yourself doing nothing?
Mine was just a lonely Halloween. Yours was a lonely Halloween adventure.
Okay, so what you started painting it off as though it was in a negative light, but it turns out compared to your situation, it's a good thing.
I didn't say it was a good thing.
Face value, it could sound negative and sad.
Yes,
but compared to
but
your
when you
thing,
compare it
it's
to
amazing.
somebody who had it worse,
yes, you were sans adventure, and I was with adventure.
Yes,
yeah, and it was adventurous.
Well, did you get any nose action or give any nose action?
I did not. I was very respectful.
Wait, so when you do nose action, you don't do it respectfully?
No, but you never do it without consent.
Well, okay, but you said you're respectful,
right? Which means
so
there was no consent.
I mean,
for
I never insinuated that you did anything nefarious and without consent. I was just merely asking if you had any nose action, and you said you were respectful. So
I said there was no nose action.
Yeah,
and
then you said you were very respectful.
I guess by saying that, I was implying that there was no consent for nosing, so I didn't proceed to nose.
Did you attempt to get nosing consent?
I did not.
Okay. I think we both look confused right now.
Something doesn't smell right.
Oh my God. We're not going to do this the entire episode. It's not going to be nose puns the entire time.
You knew that was coming. Come on.
Oh God.
Matt, how was your day? What'd you do today?
Of
all days.
Absolutely nothing. Again, it was so cold and crummy out. It was one of those days where you just wake up and the weather's so shit that you're just like, I can't even bother. Like, I went to the grocery store and got some stuff to make lunch, but that was it.
Now, just so everyone knows, Matt was comparing my pre-40 life to my post-40 life and how such a dramatic change has taken place in my activity levels. This has been Matt's life for years. He also just turned 40, but this has been going on for a long time.
Yeah, so this is standard for me. Nothing's changed, so I'm still acting like I did in my 30s.
Gotcha. Sans adventure.
So youthful always for me. Not over here putting together puzzles and playing Mancala.
Youthful as
with
in
my preteen.
Youthful as in you like.
I mean, look at our two images right now, Sean. Which one of us looks like the old man?
You?
No, you're all gray and shit.
That's because you're a redhead.
Yeah, it's glorious.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Everybody talks about redheads being like getting the worst of it and shit, and then you're just like, yeah, but I'll, forever young, baby. Look at this guy. Body's failing me, but look how young I look.
I wouldn't necessarily say that I look, extremely older than you. Gray hair is not always
it's a trend
a key element.
It's trendy to be gray.
Is it?
I don't know.
How many shades are acceptable?
Nobody knows. That was a proper. It was a nose pun, but actually correct grammar. So I was just using the word nose.
I'm aware. I'm aware of what you did. I just didn't acknowledge it. So here we are.
I'm not flourishing in this relationship, Sean.
Well, I don't know. It seems like
I need more praise.
What would be flourishing for you? Because your life you're completely content with absolutely nothing being in your life. So what would a relationship need to have for you to quote unquote flourish in it? It sounds like you would just
praise. Little praise here and there.
Okay.
Even a fake laugh is, makes me feel good.
So that means
this is my ideal situation in life, right? I can still hang out with somebody and talk to somebody, but I don't have to leave my house. It's great.
So this is you flourishing.
Webcam and Zoom calling and shit is the best invention in my lifetime. It's flourishing when I'm getting praise from you while doing this.
So you're saying the pandemic has been the best time of your life? Like the greatest thing the greatest thing that's happened to humanity?
Not humanity. I mean, everybody experiences things differently. The pandemic didn't really negatively affect me personally in too many ways.
Gotcha.
I mean, I still think it's shitty and I'd rather it had not had happened, but besides getting COVID several times during it, it didn't really horribly negatively affect me.
So far, I'm still just with the one time.
Yeah.
I'm in the one-timers club.
Usually, that's not a club you want to be part of, depending on what the parentheses part of it is. which one of the one timers club it is?
Yeah, winning the lottery.
I'd be
one
time is enough.
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying. That's all you need.
I mean,
don't
depending
need
on which lottery you win, because
Sure.
I mean, scratch offs are considered lottery.
Well, there's
if you were the winner one time of a $1 lottery ticket, it's like, that's kind of crap. But
what's that book or story or whatever it is called, a lottery? Isn't it sort of like where people get chosen to die or something?
Probably.
Yeah. You don't want to be a winner of that lottery.
No.
Anytime, let alone one.
Yeah.
Are you a big player in the lottery?
Never.
There's been lots of
absolutely never play it.
There's been lots of hubbub about it at work lately because it is up. I think I forget if it's the Powerball or the Mega Million one.
It's like over $1 billion again or some shit.
It's up. Yeah, it's up to 1.6 billion now with a drawing happening tonight. And my coworker, he said if he wins, he will bring everybody McRibs on Monday.
If he wins, why is he even going to go to work on Monday?
He probably won't.
Yeah.
He
probably won't win. Or
if he wins, he probably won't come to work. But we were
right.
He'll
ship them in. He'll have them delivered.
Yeah, which McDonald's does now. They deliver.
Yeah. Well, even if McDonald's didn't, he could just have it like
he'll
DoorDashed or Grubhubbed over. So
he'll have
it's a pretty big staff too, though, isn't it? Or is it just your department?
Just the team. Just the team.
Okay.
So
I'll say if you delivered McRibs to the entire company.
Even so. If you win over $1.5 billion.
Well, yeah, but he wouldn't have it Monday. He wouldn't have the money Monday.
I'm sure he'd be fine to throw it on a credit card and then, pay that down once he gets the money. So
true.
But no, he only committed to purchasing McRibs for the team, which is, I want to say 14 or 15 individuals.
Okay, that's not so bad.
Yeah. Not so bad.
$50 or something.
Yeah, probably include, he's probably going to get everyone the meal. So you get the fries and the drink with it too.
That's crazy. I would hate to actually be that Grubhub driver dealing with like 15 drinks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
like the bag of fries and
whatever,
McRibs,
right?
Whatever. But all those drinks would be such a pain in the ass.
I wonder if they have some kind of. I mean, I wonder
15
if
drink.
They have, well, not
drink holder
exactly, but what if they had? They have to have some sort of like larger capacity drink carrier that just holds more than like 4 cups. Because the ones they'll hand you through the drive-through can hold like 4.
Yeah.
So I doubt that someone like on DoorDash or something is going to like, all right, give me 5 of those 4 drink holders and for my 20 drinks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wonder if they have something to prepare them for large orders like that. I've never done any sort of delivery for food like DoorDash or Grubhub or anything like that. So I wouldn't know.
Uber Eats.
Or Uber Eats. One time
because you could switch over to Uber Eats.
I could. One time I accidentally got myself switched on for Uber Eats and I started getting some food orders and I did not want to do that, so I canceled them and figured out how to switch that off.
You're like,
Matt, do you like are you a fan of inventions? What's your take on inventions?
I mean, to live in society in general, you have to be into inventions. Otherwise even living off the grid, you still have to be into inventions because otherwise you can't even use an axe
and you
to
can't
chop down a tree.
You can't even know where to be off of what you're living off of because the grid is an invention.
True. So I'm for inventions.
You're pro inventions.
I'm pro invention. Yeah.
I thought I'd look up, there's this list I found on Mental Floss. It's called 20 of the weirdest inventions from the past 20 years. Now, these are very recent.
Shit, one per year?
We're not talking like, the 1700s and weird. We probably find some interesting stuff from much older.
That might be a different episode.
It could be, but I found something that's showing inventions from the last 20 years.
So did this come out this year, or is this talking?
Let me see
from 2002 on, or is this basically the 2000s on?
This is from March 20th, 2021.
Okay, so 2001 and on.
Yeah, so a little bit over a year old, but we're still looking at some, for our purposes, for all intents and purposes.
Weird modern inventions.
Yeah, so the first one is called a slug bot.
Okay.
What do you think a slug bot might be based on the name?
All right. two ideas. One, it's a robot that looks like a slug, so it's a very slow, purposeless robot. Or it is some sort of punching bag robot thing, something that you punch and slug.
When's the last time that punching has been referred to as slugging?
Slug it out, dude.
Slug it out?
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone say slug it out.
Oh.
I've heard hug it out.
It's what you do if two snails are fighting. Let them slug it out.
You let them slug it out.
Yep.
I've heard of walking it off and hugging it out.
Yeah, you've never heard of slugging it out?
I've not.
Oh.
And I spent a summer with the slugs.
Okay.
They never once
camp?
mentioned that. I went to slug camp.
Yeah, it's not what you think it is.
It's not what you think it is.
It's where a bunch of kids go with a bunch of adults and act like slugs. Crawl
Dress
into each
up in
other's sleeping bags and
slug costumes.
And slither
gross.
around like slugs.
Yeah.
No, I mean, those are the two things I can think of. Slugbot would be, either some sort of slug type or sluggish robot or a robot that you...
Let's invent a slow robot.
Yeah. Or something you punch a bunch. Something you punch a lot.
You're full of them today. Slug it out and go punch a bunch. Nope. I'm gonna relieve you of your misery here, put you out of your misery here. It's neither of those things.
Oh.
Why it is something actually to combat the slugs. Slugs destroying your garden? This artificial intelligence from the California Institute of Technology debuted in 2001 and promised to crawl over soil looking for slugs using a light. When it spotted one, it would pick up the invader and store it. Bacteria inside Slugbot, quote-unquote, digested the slugs, which would then be used as an organic power source for the machine.
Interesting.
So
that didn't take off?
It's a slug-powered, slug-eating little tiny robot that would crawl around the dirt.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's programmed to find slugs, kill them by digesting them into itself, that then uses that as fuel to continue to find more slugs to fuel itself. So it's basically just constantly finding its fuel source and just running on that fuel source.
Yep.
Interesting.
I think
so it's a self-fueling robot that's its whole purpose is just to find its own fuel, to fuel itself, to keep finding its own fuel.
Pretty much. So it's a completely self-sustaining device.
Interesting. Until it runs out of slugs.
Until it runs out of slugs, but then the problem is solved. You want to get rid of the slugs.
It's kind of sad in the end, and then your robot dies because it starves to death, basically.
Robots
because it overfed itself.
The robots don't have feelings, though, so it doesn't matter.
But it's sad to you.
Is
as
it?
The person who owns
it?
I don't know.
Are you going to get emotionally attached to Slugbot?
I get sometimes I get like emotionally attached. Like, do you ever, maybe I'm fucking crazy. I'm not the only person who feels this way, but
no,
like
you are.
If you have like different like objects and they're inanimate objects, they have no feeling or whatever. But if you like, say you use one more than you use the other of two things that are fairly identical, and you're just like, oh, I feel bad. I don't use this one as much anymore. And it kind of like, I don't know, you get like a weird attachment. Like you put your own emotions into the thing, thinking like, if I don't use this other thing as much as I use the new one, I kind of feel bad. I don't use the old one as much anymore. Moving on. I'm crazy. It's fine.
Now, I'm someone that's known for being in possession of multiple objects, and I've never applied those feelings to whether I use one more than the other ever. In my entire life, I've never thought of that. Not considered that notion once at all. And I'm pretty sure.
I project my own feelings onto things a lot.
I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in this.
No, I'm sure there's people on both spectrums of people who are just like, it's fucking an inanimate object, whatever. It's whatever. It doesn't have any feelings. I'm not going to worry about this thing. But then there's other people that are like, oh, I feel bad throwing out this old one and get a new one. And I don't know. There's people on both sides of that, I think.
If I have something that I don't use much, I think, gosh, why did I spend money on that thing? I wish I wouldn't have spent the money I spent on that thing because I never use it, and I didn't bother to return it when there was still time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the price is low enough where it's not like crucial that you get back to the store, but then it just...
I mean, there's definitely things like that I don't give a shit, and I'll just like, I don't use this, fuck it, I'll throw it away. But then there's other things that are just like, feels like a waste to throw this thing away and I feel bad just throwing this thing away or something. I don't know. I tend to, if I'm getting rid of stuff that I think is still useful in that sense and I feel kind of bad about getting rid of it, I put it in a box and just set it next to the dumpster out back, and it tends to disappear either pre or on garbage day. One way or another, it goes away, but I give it the option of somebody might come by
someone
and see
else
this and want
grabbing
it.
it. Do you put free? Do you write free on the box?
No. If it's
Just
by
to
the
make it-
dumpster, people know.
Well, they know it's free. They know it. They could just take it.
Yeah.
But if it's labeled as free, they would have that. It would have that like identifier as, oh, this is something that someone is giving away versus this is someone's trash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose.
Because
What if I wrote free trash on it?
Yeah, that might make less people
Trash
approach
or
it.
free? Free or trash or free, one of the two.
Free or bust. Free trash. Yes. I think if you want less people to try to take it home, you would label it free trash.
Right.
That would be even worse than if you just labeled it trash. Like, oh, this
Right.
trash is not even worth paying for.
Like, we had some, like, shoes we were getting rid of, and we're just like, there's no, like, we're not going to bring these to, like, a Goodwill and donate them or whatever. It's not worth our time. So it's like, just put them in a box, set them next to the dumpster. Somebody who needs these shoes or wants them will come and grab them.
Just label it trash shoes.
Yeah. Free trash shoes.
Yeah. I think that's, I think you got yourself a winner there.
Free trash.
I think your next donation box, as you like to lie to yourself about it, is should be labeled free trash. Okay.
One person's trash is another person's treasure, right?
Now,
As
Matt,
this stupid saying goes.
Matt, they've made clothes out of various materials.
Yeah.
Leather, hemp, cotton, polyester.
Jeans.
They've made clothes
You
out of
get from a jeans tree.
I'm a jeans farmer. Yeah, lots of things. So it was only a matter of time before we got to perhaps the most viable material for making clothes, and that would be milk. Milk? Milk clothing. Have you ever looked at a glass of milk and wondered how many t-shirts you can make from it?
No. Nobody has.
German fashion designer Anka Damaski did. In 2011, she unveiled a fabric called Q-Milch, which was made from the casein protein found in milk. Parentheses, other milk-based fabrics used chemicals.
Oh, but not this one.
This was not the only milk-based fabric. There were others out there that used chemicals.
So you said it's an enzyme found in milk?
A protein. It says like
a protein
a
found in
casein,
milk.
casein. I said casein,
So it's
but
not
it could
really
be casein.
made from milk. It's a protein found in milk.
Come on.
So it's
Potato,
essence of milk.
6 of one, half dozen of the other, a horse apiece, all these sayings. It's all the
Baker's
same.
dozen.
Baker's dozen is not one of them. But I could go for one of those if we're referring to something that's good. Don't give me a baker's dozen of something that's bad.
Right. I want a baker's dozen of milk t-shirts.
I want a baker's dozen of Q-Milch shirts.
How many shirts can you get out of a gallon of milk? Does this article say?
Nope. Anyway,
Okay.
but it does give some figures here. The dried milk powder is heated and comes out in yard strands. One dress used about 6 liters of milk.
Okay. And how many liters are in a gallon?
Well, those are 2 different units. That's two different systems of measurement.
But I'm one of the 3 countries that use the imperial system. So I don't know what I know what a liter is because you get like a 2 liter of.
Look, a liter is half of a 2 liter. So picture that.
Right.
So that's 3.
I think a
2 liters.
I think 2 liters is roughly 2 liters is
Half a
close-ish to a gallon. I think.
Oh, you think?
I think so. Close enough for the ballpark figure in my head, at least.
Yeah. So, using your imperial measuring system brain, just don't think of it as 6 liters of milk. Think of it as 3 2 liters of milk. And you're there. I'm so glad your initial laughter was muted. Anyway, startup company.
Yeah, you just got my cough in the air.
Yeah. Startup company Me Taro also introduced milk clothing in 2019. So there's just lots of milk-based clothing companies out there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously doing great work. I mean, how would that be any more cost effective, or like is this supposed to somehow like defeat the big cotton companies? Like what the like what's the point? Like what is this any more economical than the way clothes are currently made? Like what's the point of this?
That's all, I read all it says.
Like, are they going for some sort of Nobel Prize in clothing? Like what? Like, I don't understand what milk clothing the wave of the future? Is it supposed to like change everything? And like, you know,
I would not imagine it that it would, I wouldn't imagine that it would be cheaper to produce.
No, it's like are the current wave and current fabrics and things and materials that clothes are being made out of now, is that damaging the world in a way that milk clothing will fix things and make it better? Like global warming is going to change because we're no longer making clothes out of all these other things. Milk is the wave of the future. That's going to solve all of our problems.
Well, and we also know that these clothes will never be worn by vegans. So there's already a huge market that will never buy these clothes and probably protest the making of said clothes.
Vegan people only wear hemp clothing.
Is that right?
I don't know. No, it's not right.
They can wear cotton.
They wear anything.
They can wear pleather.
They won't wear leather.
No, they won't wear leather, but they can wear pleather. They can wear faux fur.
Yeah. I like it when you say those two words closer together, though.
Faux fur?
Yeah. It's like Topher. I don't know. It just sounds funnier.
What's Topher?
Topher Grace, the actor.
I know there's a guy named Topher Grace, but I didn't know if that was some funny word otherwise.
No, just faux fur sounds funnier.
Faux fur. Yeah. I'm wearing my faux fur.
I'm wearing my faux fur loafers.
Do you want to smell them? Now,
like
Matt,
faux fur loafers.
With the invention of, the cell phone, and especially once we had the front-facing cameras, there was this huge eruption of what we call selfies, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it seemed like a silly idea at first, but then they came out with another invention to aid you in taking them, which was called the selfie stick, right?
Yep. And I thought those were the dumbest goddamn things when they came out.
Right. Me too. What a stupid invention.
They kind of went away, man. That was a fad that just disappeared.
I don't see people. Well, to be honest, I never
every
saw
once in a while.
Every once in a while, but I never saw a large amount of people rocking a selfie stick. To be honest, in real life,
I saw enough. I saw enough of them, and at that point, I had enough of them.
But finally, an invention comes along in 2014 that legitimized, for me. In my opinion, legitimized the selfie and the use of the selfie and the real purpose for the selfie.
Okay.
Plain toast is bland, Matt. Plain toast is bland.
Yeah, you got to put something on it.
To help liven it up, this toaster from Vermont, Novelty Toaster Corporation, released in 2014, is customized using a photo of your face that guides a special metal plate. The result is perfectly crisp toast that you can use to butter yourself up. Yes, it burns an image of your face onto your piece of toast, and it is the selfie toaster.
So you could eat yourself.
Correct. But the funnier thing they said in there before that was that you
butter
can
yourself up.
Butter yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they went with market-wise, not so you can eat yourself.
Well, yeah, because that wasn't meant to like be any sort of like marketing scheme by me saying you can eat yourself. There's
a link to a YouTube video where somebody was, I'm guessing, joking about this. The still of it is a guy holding up a piece of toast which has his face on it, and the top of his head is just cut off, like it didn't line up right or something. So it must have been a prototype, but I don't recall seeing these on any store shelves.
No, I definitely.
Any online
I definitely didn't
offerings.
come across it all those times I went to the Sharper Image.
Well, you don't leave your house. I don't. No. So
I do leave my house.
Even in 2014, you didn't leave your house.
I mean, I left my house fairly permanently after 2014. Moved to a completely different state.
But I didn't say after 2014, did I? I said in 2014.
I left my house in 2014.
I don't have any evidence of that. I have no record or no proof that you did that.
There's plenty of photos.
Sure, provide them.
Go on my fucking Facebook.
Now that just shows when you posted the photos, not when they were taken.
Some of the photos might have dates on them.
What kind of camera are you using? In 2014, are you using a disposable camera?
Yep.
Oh, good.
I mean, all cameras are technically disposable.
Sure. So are people. Technically.
Technically.
Technically speaking. This should also have been a takeoff product. It's another clothing item. I don't know if this was to aid in your ability to swim. I'm not quite sure, but it's a fish skin bikini. It probably smells great. I don't know.
What?
A fish skin bikini. This beachwear introduced in 2003 is made from tanned and dyed salmon skin that would otherwise have become chicken feed. So it's starving chickens. It's denying chickens their food in order to become plump enough to be a delicious meal for us later.
Yeah.
Just so we can, some females out there can rock some salmon skin bikinis. The skinny
Why
company.
would you want to do that?
Here's the worst part. Well, now, this could be much worse than it is, but it's still ridiculous. The Skinny Company of London sold them for $335 and up.
And I'm sure they sold plenty of them because people are ridiculous.
I'm sure they made plenty of pounds and pence.
Yeah. Yeah, was that 300 pounds and up?
They put a dollar sign in front of the figure in this list, so I'm not sure if they converted it to figure out what USD amount would be.
No, I'm sure they just screwed up and put the dollar sign instead of the pound sign in front of it.
Yeah. Now, this is as far as I got when I was sort of pre-reading this. This one doesn't seem super interesting.
These will be new to you as well.
Actually, you know what? I did not stop there. You know what?
I read the whole thing.
Oh, I didn't get to number 12. So anyway, let's go. I don't think I'm going to mention number 5, or we'll not get into it. It's an air-powered pogo stick by Razor. Right. Razor, the company that makes those little scooters. Yeah. Now, I thought these were all biodegradable to some degree, but if you really concerned about the environment, you can get buried in a biodegradable coffin made of recycled paper. It's called the EcoPod biodegradable coffin, or the EPC or EBC, I guess, if you want to abbreviate it. There's a bra dryer because you don't want to put certain bras in the dryer; they'll get wrecked or whatever.
You technically shouldn't dry any bras, as far as I know.
Right. I prefer them to be
for them to last
soaking.
Longer.
I prefer them to be soaking,
sopping wet when you put those on.
Sopping, crying, wet, sad, weeping. I want them to be
It keeps the breasts
weeping.
more supple.
Correct. Let's see. What is this? The Nekomimi, Necomimi. Japan brought humans and cats ever closer together in 2012 with the Nekomimi, a set of mechanical cat ears that measures brain waves and allows the ears to react to the wearer's moods. Interested? The ears perk up. Relaxed? They droop. Focused? They wriggle.
Interesting.
Yeah. If you want to get into the science behind reading brainwaves, what more useful purpose than to make cat ears that can further express your emotion more so than your own face and words? I don't know.
Yeah.
How this might help someone medically?
Say we have language. I don't know if that's their way of, like they said, brings humans and cats closer. Is that so people can try to show their cat their mood?
Boss? who's more dominant? Boss? Or yeah.
I mean, if you want to do that, you just shit in their litter box.
That is one way to do it. That
and you don't cover it.
I guess is legal. I guess there's nothing illegal about that.
Yeah, human can shit in whatever they want to shit in their own house.
In their own house. Let's specify.
In their own house. Let's be. I almost didn't put that.
I was waiting for you to finish that sentence. I was like, no, they can't. There's plenty of examples where they can't.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is called the ostrich pillow. What do you think this does? The ostrich pillow.
What does it do? Or I was gonna say it's a pillow made out of an ostrich carcass.
They just hollow out an ostrich and put some fluff inside.
Yeah, put other ostrich feathers inside of it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So the outside has been plucked of its feathers.
No. I said other ostrich.
Well, would you want to?
You take one ostrich.
Oh, sure.
You murder that ostrich to
chop,
and then you gut it. No, you don't chop. It's still going to have its head on, because otherwise that'd just be weird.
Inject lethal injection.
I mean, or it could have died of natural causes or something. It had a heart attack. Gut it. Take all the insides out, make sure it's good and clean and everything so that it doesn't rot. And then you open that up and you pluck a different dead ostrich that died for different reasons. That one you can chop that one's head off if you want. And then you take all those feathers and you stuff them in, and then you sew that sucker back up. Ostrich pillow. Sean's been miming this the entire time.
Correct. Well, you're close.
Okay. Is it just like a regular pillow, but it's shaped like an ostrich?
You're close.
Or
You're
no?
close. It's a pillow you can shove your face in and your hands.
Oh. Yeah, I think I've seen these things.
Funded to the tune of $130,000 on Kickstarter in 2012, the ostrich pillow allows the wearer to escape the world by sticking their hands and head into a fluffy hole.
Nothing I love more. It's another reason I don't leave the house.
Because you've got plenty of ostrich pillows?
Because I'm constantly stuffing my hands and head into fluffy holes.
This one's not that interesting. Number 10, it's called the baby mop. It's some sort of onesie that... it's a onesie...
When you need to mop up all those babies.
It says...
My apartment is just littered.
No.
There's babies everywhere in here.
No, that would be good if that's what it was. But no, it's a onesie that has soft mop heads for scrubbing action. I don't know if they're on the feet or what, but...
Oh, what? It's a onesie, though? So what, you just, like, you slide your baby across the floor to clean up messes?
It's the purpose of it is so that when your baby is just, like, roaming around your place, it's also sort of cleaning up, yeah. Yeah, without...
That's so fucked up.
Yeah. It's without them really knowing about it.
Because... For a mop to be effective, should there not be soapy water involved? Or a chemical of some type?
Yeah, maybe that's why it didn't do so well. There was some kind of rule against soaking your baby's clothes in some sort of cleaning chemical that you then had them wear.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that rule would be.
Yeah, but
even so,
that was the big downfall.
Like using your baby to clean up a spill even is just messed up.
Well, what if the baby caused the spill? It's all about it's teaching them.
The spill is probably somebody dropped their milk shirt on the floor.
Yeah,
and they used their baby to clean it up.
It reformulated into milk and splashed everywhere
as it hit the ground.
Oh, look at all those casein proteins.
Oh, no. Grab the baby.
I can't handle this. I got to go into my ostrich pillow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one's new for me. So let's see what this one is. It's called the Bit Bite.
Oh.
Have you ever thought of doing a past tense, then present tense action?
Yeah. Get yourself a Bit Bite.
Get the Bit Bite. Now, here's what it really says. That was not what it really says. I made that part up.
You had me fooled.
I'm an ad man, you see. Need a little extra motivation to stick to a diet? The Bit Bite can help. The earpiece has a microphone that analyzes your eating habits from how much you eat to how quickly. If you're killing a bag of chips, Bit Bite can remind you to take it easy.
The project don't kill that so much.
Yeah. You need to slowly let that bag of chips die. Let it die slowly and painfully in the sun.
Like a tomato.
Like a tomato. The project had a successful launch on Indiegogo in 2014. That's all it says.
That was probably the death of Indiegogo, because I don't know if that's a thing anymore.
It could have been the death of Indiegogo. Did you read about it all on the internet at that time? From your home?
Indiegogo or the Bit Bite?
From the comforts of your dark home.
From the circumference of my home?
From the circumference of your home.
No, I did not.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
This was called, oh man, this has good idea written all over it. Le Whiff. It's inhalable chocolate. What?
What?
The joy of eating chocolate is tasting the chocolate. I would say.
Yeah, I mean,
you agree?
I can't imagine inhaling chocolate to be a good thing for your lungs at all.
And is this basically just grabbing a canister of cocoa powder and then just calling it inhalable chocolate? Harvard.
just making lines of cocoa on the counter.
This lines of cocoa. Again, I like that. Yeah. This is associated with Harvard.
Oh, lots of walls.
Very high wall count. Harvard biomedical engineer David Edwards and students created this food innovation in 2007, which deposits a few 100 milligrams of cocoa onto your tongue, allowing you to get your chocolate fix without eating a bag of fun-sized Twix. That's the only other option.
Yeah.
Was there a Twix shortage? Oh man.
So a little bit of cocoa on your tongue is the equivalent of eating a fun-sized bag of Twix?
Well, we could also question a few hundred milligrams of cocoa on your tongue is the same as inhaling chocolate?
Yeah.
It's putting food on your tongue so that you taste it. That's every kind of food.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But now you don't have to eat it. It's like, is that okay? Are we revolutionizing the way we consume food then?
Is it
Because
just
the whole
so it
point of
dissolves on your
consuming
tongue?
yeah, the whole point of consuming food is you're using it to fuel your body to keep you alive, right? So
Yes.
if this is to bypass the need to eat something, that's not going to give us enough energy to keep going in life.
I know. You're going to
Because if the whole point of food, because that's making it sound like the whole point of having food is just to taste it.
Right. There's
And that's
no
not the point of food.
Yeah. That's not the point of food at all. We decided we should do things to make it taste better because, way back in the day, you had some rough meals with some not so well prepared foods.
Yeah, rocks and twigs.
Rocks and twigs. Sticks, stones, rocks and twigs. Matt, this next
sticks
invention,
and stones are just two different ways to say rocks and twigs. Yeah,
correct. It's called elaborating. Maybe
it's what is it?
There's similes.
Similes are. I was going to say an antonym, but that's the opposite.
It's a protonym. Protonym. Is that a word? Number 13 is the ping pong door. Love ping pong, but don't have the space. This door converts into a ping pong table.
It like flips down or some shit.
Flips down. Yeah. So great.
I mean, that's kind of a cool idea for like a game room to like have that, like if you don't have a ton of space or something but it's like doors typically lead into either another room or a hallway. So if it's leading into a hallway, one person's playing on a side that they're like up against a wall on the other side of that door.
And there's sort of two conflicting ideas. That's mentioned at the end of this. If you're someone that's maybe a little low on space, where you maybe can't fit an entire ping pong table or a ping pong table topper in your current space, you might say that you're someone that maybe doesn't have a whole lot of money. Because if you had a whole lot of money, maybe you would just buy a place that had more space and you could afford a ping pong table. But this company, Finkeldy, they will custom build one of these for you for the low price of $12,000.
Then buy a ping pong table. You can buy a ping pong table for way less than that.
Exactly. And if you can throw $12,000 on a door that converts to a ping pong table, you're probably someone who can afford to buy a place that has enough space for a regulation-sized ping pong table.
Yeah, that, or you can become, for less than that a year, you can become a member of like a ping pong club.
You could.
And just go play on their tables.
But what a flex, right?
Oh, yeah. Hey, come down to this is my game room. You guys want to play ping pong? You don't have a ping pong table. Or do I?
Convert.
Like, whoa! What a weird, narrow ping pong table to play on.
Yeah. It sucks that this is the only thing that fits in this game room.
Yeah.
We were about to play jacks. What an awesome game room if you invite people over. Come check it out. I got a whole bunch of stuff in here. And there's a little thing of jacks on the floor over there.
Yeah. We can play jacks and Jenga.
I drew a hopscotch on the ground.
Yeah. This is my
Jenga,
train set.
Richie. Train set?
In a game room.
In a game room? Hey, watch this thing.
This is my nativity scene.
It'll go around the room. It's not really a game that we play, but sometimes we put money on it. Like,
this is where we store our Halloween decorations.
It's where we put our lines of cocoa.
Yeah, it's my daughter's tea set.
I thought you were going to say my daughter's teeth. It's where I store my daughter's teeth.
She didn't even lose them yet.
In the train set. Oh, man. There's something I'll tell you about some other time. It was something I was looking up involving teeth and gums.
Teeth.
Not so much, but
way to keep keep people in suspense.
No, this was involving. It's not going to be a next episode thing. It was involving children's teeth, and it's pretty gruesome. Anyway, number 14, the dog-brella. What smells worse than a wet dog?
I don't know. Death and decay, trash,
human excrement. Free trash.
Lots of things smell worse than wet dogs.
Skunk spray.
Yeah. Skunks definitely smell worse than a wet dog.
What smells worse than a wet dog? 2 wet dogs? To avoid a damp canine, or 2. They're really pushing this. Maybe they want you to buy 2.
Yeah.
Lassie Pet created this umbrella that mounts to a dog's collar, which never, switches side to side or spins around its neck, and keeps them dry for walks. It became an Amazon sensation in 2017. Do you recall this Amazon sensation?
I mean, I don't really track what's trending on Amazon.
No,
typically.
no, but you don't have to. Theoretically, if something is an Amazon sensation, that means that plenty of people purchased this item, and therefore you would have seen them out in the rain.
I have never once seen a dog umbrella out and about in the world.
Either. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who's claiming this is an Amazon sensation?
I mean, here's the thing. There's other countries
There are other countries
that feed into this kind of gimmicky shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
So-
Japan made ears that respond to brain waves so that you can
Japan
express your
does-
emotions as a cat.
Japan does a lot of weird shit,
Interesting.
which is kind of part of why I love Japan so much, because they just really lean into the weird shit sometimes, and it's just fascinating. But I could see that being a Japan thing. People walking their dogs and their dogs having umbrellas.
Yeah, this doesn't say where Lessie Pet is located. The company that made this could be Japan. There's another thumbnail for a YouTube video with this product. So they show a dog wearing a dog umbrella. It's on a road, but I can't tell based on the road if it is a Japanese road or some other road.
Yeah. I mean, you don't look at roads like that. You see roads as roads.
I don't see
you don't see
roads.
roads as specific country roads.
When I drive, I don't see roads.
You should. That's essential in driving.
I just go wherever. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to be
very
no.
dangerous.
I don't see roads when I drive. And that's me being progressive.
I mean, I hope you have progressive, because you're going to need it if you don't see roads, because you're going to be constantly crashing into shit.
I have some form of insurance. It is it is through a company. It is through an insurance company. Foldy Mate. Hate folding clothes? Pick up a Foldy Mate. The 2019 machine accepts clothes and spits them out neatly folded.
Accepts them.
Yeah.
I would hope so. If that's what it's built for, I sure hope so.
Clothes rejected.
Yeah.
Too dated. No longer in fashion.
It starts spitting stuff out like, this isn't clothes, but like, I wear it all the time. It's clothes. Like,
But
no.
have you looked at
Your
yourself
style
in the mirror?
sucks.
I'm now a talking product. Sorry, man, but it doesn't do socks.
And it makes that spit noise too. It's like,
Oh, God. Corduroy.
what is this? Get new clothes. Refuse to fold.
What is this made from? Denim trees.
This isn't milk shirts.
This is not milk shirts. Oh, these shirts are spoiled. Anyway,
That's the other problem I have with those shirts, to be honest. It's like milk goes bad.
they start to smell worse than two wet dogs.
Oh, get an umbrella for that shirt.
Correction, get a dog umbrella for that shirt.
Sorry.
I'm curious, just by the name of what this could be. It's called drop wipes.
Oh, it just
I know.
sounds awful.
It does. I almost don't want to read on. I think I just want to leave it as drop wipes. But we can
Let's
find
talk
out
about
what
it
is.
after the episode.
Should we? Should we skip it?
No, it's fine.
Wow, this next one's okay. All right. Weird? Yes. Useful? Also, yes. Drop wipes made a splash in 2019 by being the first sanitary wipe formulated to clean damaging bird droppings from the exterior of your vehicle. Oh, that's actually kind of good.
Now the name makes more sense. Okay.
It does. It does. It still does intend to wipe up what I was thinking, not bird specifically, but so yeah, if you have bird poop in the interior of your vehicle, you've got other concerns.
Yeah, like
they're calling people out like that for real.
Yeah, like either you should put the top back up on your car if you're going to park under a bird zone. I mean,
the bird zone.
They clearly mark bird zones in cities.
Sure, and birds know to use those. Bird knows to use those zones.
Yeah,
for dropping. This is probably a great idea, and hopefully was intended for like sort of more formal gatherings or parties. Something off the clock, if you will. But it's the flask tie. Yep. If work is driving you to the bottle, which they're already saying, maybe this is something you should do at work. A flask hidden in your tie can do double duty. The flask tie, which came out in 2013, has a hidden fluid bladder and straw to make your shift go down a little easier. They're actually saying drink at work using your flask tie.
That's, of course.
All right. The Snuggie. We all know what the Snuggie is. Let's move on.
How many you got left on this?
Well, we're on number 19 of 20. So number 19 is the boyfriend's arm pillow. And
I've seen this shit.
Okay, it looks just like you would think.
Yeah, it's just like half a, like like half a torso.
Yeah.
Actually, it's like a quarter of a torso.
Well, it looks
because it's like, isn't it like half, like it's like split down the middle, but it's also just the upper. So it's like the upper half of the body, but it's only half of the upper half of the body.
Right, exactly. So imagine
it's one arm and half a chest.
Imagine where a button-up shirt would.
Yeah,
the scene would be like all that one side. Yeah,
it's for sad, lonely women.
Yeah,
or guess men.
Yeah. This pillow shaped like an embracing human arm quickly caught on in Japan.
Of course it did in Japan.
Last but not least, we'll find out, I guess, the Euro Club, URO Club.
Yep.
You know this one?
It's a club that has a little removable cap that you can pee in while you're golfing, so that you don't have to stop somewhere.
Okay, so on the golf course and needs some urgent relief, in 2010, urologist Lloyd Seskin introduced the Euro Club, a hollow golf club that allows a player to urinate discreetly. A fabric privacy shield will have observers thinking you're just taking a practice swing. Now, you can get in trouble for, like, what do they say, corking a bat or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any sort of, like, thing against this in play? Like, if
I don't believe that this club is ever meant to actually hit a ball. I think it's literally just for pissing in.
But what is a common having to pee a lot is usually the result of what?
Like a UTI.
Drinking a lot. You're drinking a lot. You're drinking a lot of fluids.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's pretty common for golfers to, what they're drinking is adult beverages.
They're throwing beers down.
Yeah. So they're drunk enough that they can't even make it through a round without having to pee into their club. They're probably going to maybe accidentally use that club in the game at some point.
Yeah, that, or they might have to pee more than once. So how many of these clubs do they have?
Yeah. Why do you carry two sets of clubs?
And why is one all a bunch of the same club?
Yeah. There's no variation. There's no drivers and irons and putters in the set.
Yeah.
What is this for?
A bunch of drivers.
Why are they clear at the beginning of the round and then they have a somewhat yellowish tint once we're done? And
I doubt they're clear.
Why are they're clear plastic? Why are these the only clubs you practice swing with? You don't ever actually use them.
Do these things, like when you put the cap back on, is the cap like watertight, or when you go to throw it back in your bag, will it slowly leak all the piss into the bottom of your bag?
Well, it doesn't have to be watertight. It has to be Euro tight.
Well, but you know what I mean, liquid tight.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure
it'd be hilarious if it wasn't. If it's just like,
yeah, I know.
Just put it back. You put it back in your bag, and then your bag just fills with piss.
Well, the bag is watertight, liquid tight.
Right. That's why it's filled with piss.
It's filled. Yes. That's how
you might as well just piss into your bag.
But no, that's not discreet. So this is the way the club could slowly drain itself of the urine, and you can reuse the Euro Club.
After this, I need you to watch a video about the Euro Club.
I mean, there's a link to one right here.
It's not fucking discreet. It's a person standing there holding the club down by their fucking dick.
By their 9-iron.
Well,
clever wordplay, Matt.
I know. With this, with the, what did they coin it as? A
practice. The fabric privacy shield.
Privacy shield. It's a person standing there with like the privacy shield. It's just a towel over them, but it's not the whole, like, it looks like they're just doing a practice swing. You're standing still, pissing into a fucking club. Like, you're not going to be fake swinging this while you're trying to pee into it, because you're just going to piss all over yourself.
I know, like any attempt to make it look like you're taking a practice swing is going to mean that you're no longer lined up with the top of the club.
Yeah, unless you somehow like stick the head of your penis into this thing and then like make some sort of a seal so that when you're moving it around, your penis stays attached to it, which sounds awful.
Yeah.
Or awesome, depending.
Well, that could get you into a whole lot of trouble. Like, what if the seal was a little too tight? All of a sudden,
because
Barry
we all come in different shapes and sizes, so you can't really make a one size fits all penis seal.
Well, that's why there are several different types of clubs out there. Maybe based on your own size, you would get a different size Euro Club, you know?
Nobody's going to want to be the guy that's like ordering this extra small Euro Club.
Yeah. I got the putter Euro Club.
That's how they go from driver
No,
to putter.
exactly.
It
That's
gets
what it
bigger to
is.
smaller.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's going to order the number one driver.
The one
It's
wood.
the biggest.
The one wood, you know what I'm saying? No one knows about it.
Don't grr that.
I'm all nosing. I'm getting nosy.
We went almost a half of an episode without you bringing your nose back up.
It's always up. See you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
If you have a question, complaint, or threat for Sean or Matt, you can reach us on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at hsfamouspod, or you can email the show at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. No animals were pleasured during the making of this podcast, despite our best efforts. All hail our Lord and Savior, Greg Proops.